Hey guys, what's up? This is Stephanie Flatus here with creatingwithin.com, your place to get in touch with your inner world. I want to take this time to kind of emphasize the topic of really not giving a shit what other people think. Stop putting your value, your worth, your work based on the opinions of society and other people, because in the end it's all irrelevant. People are inconsistent and their opinions don't matter, whether they're good, positive, or bad, negative. It doesn't matter, because people are only going to be there and praise you when it is convenient for them. It's just the way our human nature is, because most people are living from the ego, and the ego has no awareness of anything but itself from a very limited perspective. And I want to illustrate this point by talking about the World Cup, for example. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I've been traveling now for 3 months, and I'm in Europe, and the World Cup is a big deal all over the world. So I've seen a couple of the games, and one of the games that I caught was the Germany versus Brazil. Obviously, we all know that they got cremated in that game. That was a really bad game and a really bad timing for them. But what got me even more than the fact that they were getting their butts handed to them was the reaction of the fans. It just like stopped me dead in my tracks. I couldn't believe it when they were booing them during halftime, because, you know, when you look at it from a higher perspective, from a bigger perspective, and this is what the inner work is all about. This is what true awareness is finding the bigger picture in all the stuff, even the little mundane stuff. You know, you have to start looking at things from a bigger perspective, especially collectively, if we're to change and grow in unity. How quickly they turn on their own team. And that's human nature. And that's a perfect example as to why we shouldn't be reliant on what people think about you, or what society thinks about you, or the awards that you get that people give you, because everything is momentarily. Here is a team who is busting their ass. You know, you don't know the amount of pressure that these guys have. You're not out in the field. You're not the one playing. And, you know, they've been playing this whole time. They're stressed out. The game before, they lost their leader. So they have all this stuff that they obviously went into the game with, and it messed up their performance, because when you don't have your mindset right, forget about it, and somebody else has their head game right, you're not going to come out on top. So they're already feeling like shit, and the fans, which is supposed to be your support team, is the very ones who are kicking you down when you're already down. That's horrible. How do you kick somebody when they're down? And this is what we have to notice, because yeah, this is in a sports perspective, but when you break this down to an individual perspective, this happens all the time to people in relationships, in jobs. You know, people are around you only when it's convenient for them, when you're winning, when you're meeting their expectations, when you're providing something that they need. You know, they will cheer you on, they will praise you, but at the same time, the minute that something internally changes with them, or they don't get what they want, or you lose, or you're no longer on top, or you don't have that money, these are all examples. People disappear. People turn on you. They kick you when you're down. So is this like what a support team is? Is this what unity is? How quickly we are to leave somebody high and dry because they have fallen on their face? You know, you're supposed to support people in their good times and in the bad times. You don't just are a fan or somebody's friend, or you know, you don't believe in someone only when things are going good, because we're all humans. People are going to have errors. You're not always going to be on top. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. So this just baffled me, because I just saw how quickly their fans gave up on them, and then they started cheering for the other team. And then they don't even, and they're so emotionally invested in the game, you know, crying, they're upset, they're so angry that they need to show their frustration by booing their own teams. And that's fine, that's their expression, but I just want to take it a step further for us to have awareness of how quickly, we forget about it's a team. You're supporting each other. And you're not even the ones playing. You're not even the ones out there busting your ass, putting yourself on the line. You're not even the one that has all that pressure, and you're the one upset. So can you imagine how the team, how they must feel? If you feel that upset, if you're that angry, and then you're gonna shit on them? Like, that's the stuff I'm talking about, where we need to take a step back and notice these things about ourselves, because we do this on a grand scale and on a little scale all the time. And if we don't catch this, if we don't start catching this within ourselves, then things are never gonna change. And so this is a perfect example as to why we shouldn't give any emphasis or care as to what people think, because what people think is irrelevant. It's momentarily. It is always based on what they think and what they feel. Even if they think you're great or they think you're terrible, it's never about you. Their perception about you is their own inner stuff. It's a reflection of how they see themselves and how they see the world. It has nothing ever to do with you. So, something to ponder upon. Anyways, guys, check out creatingwithin.com for more information on your inner world. If you like what you see here, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you guys soon.